Too Dangerous.
Hey, I'm the awesome Dylan from Too Dangerous Productions, and this is going to be a huge tutorial on how to make really good cinematic Garry's Mod Machinimas. So the things that you'll need are all on the screen here. Obviously Garry's Mod is the first thing you'll need, and fraps, which you can buy. It's worth buying because the watermark is shit when you're trying to make really good machinimas. There are ways of getting it for free, but I'm not going to tell you because that's illegal. But yeah. So anyway, once you've opened fraps, you should just go to the Movies tab and select the folder that you want your movies to be saved to, and the button that you need to start recording. Okay, once you've done that, you go to garrysmod.org on Google. I'll put a list of mods that I like to use in my description for this video. I suggest you download them because they are pretty much essential. Log in through Steam, type in what you want in the search bar. For example, here I type in a lens flare effect that I love to use. You can put in a lens flare effect in Sony Vegas, but it's so much easier just to use it on Garry's Mod and not have to add it in. So yeah, download that, it's really useful, and all the other things in the description. Okay, so now onto the Garry's Mod filming and tips. So the first thing you'll notice is that there is a HUD in the corners and up on the top of the screen when you change weapon, and you want to get rid of that. It's really bad when you have films with those on because they look like shit. Anyway, so you go Options, Advanced, and make sure Enable Developer Console is checked, and you go OK. And then you press the Enable Developer Console button, which is above Tab. It's a little line thing, and type in CL_draw HUD 0, and you can just enter that in, and it will remove your HUD, the ammo, the weapon scrolling, and the health bar. Or you could put quotation marks before and after it, and bind it to a key. I bound it to L, but you can just bind it to whatever key that doesn't already have something bound to it. Like, you can't bind it to V because then you'd lose your no clip. And so yeah, just enter that, and I'll press L on my keyboard, and my HUD is gone. And if I change weapons, you won't see the top thing anymore. The next thing you'll notice is that when you kill someone in the game, it's got that thing up the top. All my machinimas have that because I just recently found out how to get rid of this stupid thing. So yeah, to get rid of it, I'll tell you this now because it's so useful. Type in HUD_death notice _time 0. And you can bind this to something, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, you could bind that to a key as well. So yeah. Anyway, I just used that, and now when I shoot someone, there's nothing up the top there, so it's really good. Okay. Same goes with yourself. Alright, so the next thing you'll notice is if you're like moving something like a proper ragdoll and you're outside of the screen and you just want it to look like it's doing it by itself, you go to Options, Hiding, and Draw Physgun Beam and uncheck that. Now you can grab things It'll just look like they're moving themselves, and you can fling ragdolls around, and it looks right. Doesn't look shitty. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, so I'm going to show you my film mods. Vignette is a really good mod to have. Like, it just makes films look so much more better if you have a vignette on it. It looks like a actual camera lens. And same with lens flare. You need a lens flare. You can do vignette and lens flare in the editing programs, but it's just easier to do them straight in Garry's mod because, it saves you time. It's easier. And I've got an explosion effect there that's really good too. I'll leave a link in the description for that. Looks really good. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to do like NPC battles for the film, for your films. So yeah, you like choose what characters and what weapons you want, spawn them with the NPCs tab, and change what weapon they had for the weapon selection thing in the bottom. And you make sure the AI is disabled. And before you enable the AI, you must click ignore players, otherwise they'll go after you and not the people they're supposed to. So, you can stand back so you don't get shot by accident, and you disable the AI. Start filming with your Catmull-Rom. And you got a little battle scene going on here. It's unscripted, but that's good in some cases. So yeah. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to do little tricks with like camera tricks, so you can, make interesting things that people like, wonder how you made them and stuff. Well, I'm going to show you how to make them. You'll need to disable your vignette because otherwise it'll look shitty. Alright. So you're going to make sure, you're going to go into the color room on GM Construct. The color room is pretty much the only place where you can do this, and you make sure that green is set to 255, so it's fully green. And you're going to, oh, I did something wrong here. Yeah, you're going to turn the opacity all the way up, and you're going to make the walls green. Or at least some of them, so you know where you are exactly. Alright, so here's where you can do chroma keying and green screen effect things. You can, make cool effects with this. Alright. Alright, I'll show you how to make things invisible as well. What you're going to do is, to make explosions appear out of nowhere, is you're going to turn the opacity on the color tool all the way down, and just shoot the color tool to anything with the opacity down, and it'll make it completely invisible. And this is good for like invisible explosions and invisible props, even turning NPCs invisible for whatever reason. And you can make like explosions like that. And then because it's a green screen, you can then add it to like a background of something. Right, so now I'm going to show you just this little punching animation that I do with green screen using the hat tool, Henry's animation tool. It's a really good tool to use. It's essentially like animating ragdolls to do what you want them to, using keyframes and all that. So yeah, I'm going to make this guy punch, and I'm going to make it a first-person punching animation. Right, so I've done that. I take my camera out, and I press play on the animation tool. And it'll punch like that. And now I've added the chroma key to it, and he smashes the wall, see? Alright, so now I'm going to tell you how to make really good cinematic films, and that was before I added any effects in, this is after. See, it's much better. This is going to take a long while to do because you need to do it for each individual clip. You can't just add this effect to your entire track because it has to be different for every clip. So what you're going to do is you're going to add in a simple film grain, and you're going to turn it all the way down, the granularity all the way down, and the amount just really, really close to the edge, so it's like only about 200 or so. So you've got a very slight film grain, makes it look good. Then you add color curves and the color corrector. Right, so color curves basically like changes the contrast between the light and the dark on your video. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag the top curve all the way up and the bottom curve all the way down, and you can drag them back and forth to make it more dark and light contrasted, like that. So I'm going to add it to about that much. Alright. Then once you've done that, just click the X and it'll add that. And now you go to the color corrector, you add reset to none. You do that with both of the curve tool and the color corrector. Right, the highlights is where the light basically is most strong in the video, like when it's reflecting off stuff. So I'm going to make that yellow, like a yellow sun, like an afternoon. This is the mid-tone, which is like simple, like very slight shadows. I'm going to make that green, so it's got a kind of green gloomy thing going on. And this is the darkest thing. I usually make the darkest thing blue because it's a shadow. And the saturation, you can turn up and down. The saturation is just how extreme the colors are. Like if you turn it all the way up, the color will be like really, really strong and cartoon kind of looking, and if you turn it down, it'll be black and white. The gamma is just how radiant the lights are. You know, if you turn it all the way up, the lights will be extremely bright, and if you turn it down, the lights will be really dim. So yeah, I'm just going to keep them both at 1 for now. Alright, I'm going to add a NewBlueFX in. Now you need to download NewBlueFX. I'll leave a link for a tutorial on how to get NewBlueFX. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a active camera effect. This just makes it a kind of shaky camera, like it's being filmed on a video camera. Alright, now I'm going to go to the pan crop and just put it on the thing that I want to be filmed, like I want the attention to be focused on. And then I'm going to drag the thing at the bottom up to where the car starts driving off, just when it starts driving. And I'm going to add a keyframe. Then I'm going to move it 1 frame ahead and add another one. And the latest one I added, I'm going to click restore, so it's now filming the entire screen. So that will like quickly zoom out from the car to the entire street. So now you've got the color added, the film grain, and the zooming out. Now I'm going to show you how to do the like nice blur effects to make it look really video camera like. If you're making it as film like as you possibly can. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the clip and press S to split the clip from each other. And I'm going to split it from where the camera starts zooming out from the car to where it stops zooming out. And so this thing here will just be the camera zooming out. So I'm going to add another NewBlueFX, which you need to download. Again, link in the description. It's going to be called Zoom Blur, and I'm just going to add active zoom, and it'll add like a little blur around the edges from when it zooms out. Alright, so split the clip next to it, like a little space in between, and then split a little clip, and then drag it down to another video track, and drag it out so that it kind of blends in with the clip before and after it. So it just smoothly blends between those 3 clips. and the clip that's at the bottom, you're going to add just a Gaussian blur to it. Go to the Gaussian blur effect, add light to that clip, light blur, and it'll be a little defocus where the camera zooms out. So yeah, and you're going to have to do this with each and every clip if you want a very good quality film. So this is how it looks. Okay, so now onto the Audacity tutorial. I'll be teaching you how to change your voice so it suits characters, and well, that's about it. Alright, so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna record whatever dialogue line you want your character to say. So like, hello. Right, and when you play it, it's just that. So what you're going to do is you're going to press Control A to highlight your entire clip, and you're going to go Effect, Change Pitch, and you're going to change it to, depending on the character, you can change it to -12 or -18. Just, it's good to use different pitches for different characters so they don't all sound the same. So I'm going to put it at -18. Okay, and here's what it sounds like.
Hello.
See, it's much better now. So yeah, you just go File and Export as WAV. And once you've done that, you just drag it into your Sony Vegas project. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful. To watch my machinimas that I've made with these presets and these principles that I use, simply visit my channel and subscribe, like this video, favorite it so you can find it again if you need to reference it, and yeah, thanks for watching.